Senator Mitch McConnell is playing coy about whether the Senate will hear from Supreme Court nominees next year. All this assumes that the Republicans win a decisive majority in the Senate at midterms, a likely prospect. The leftists and their tame media don't like it. They don't have to like it. They just need to remember that elections have consequences. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is another declaration of truth from your host, Terry A. Hurlbut. In this video, we're going to look at what Mitch McConnell said and didn't say, why it matters, how the Senate set itself up for this drama with its disgraceful handling of the Bork nomination, and about how the Supreme Court just became a midterms campaign issue. First, I want to shout out to the sponsor of this channel, which is Conservative News and Views. Link in the description. And be sure to check out the awesome CNAV Store. Scroll down to the bottom for that link. Lots of good merchandise there. And coming soon, a bookshelf where you can buy books that explore conservative philosophy in depth. And 4 days ago, yours truly became a published author with the title Projecting the Liberal Globalist New World Order 400 Years into the Future and Showing a Rebellion Against It. Look for Matthew's Run, released 4 days ago in ebook and paperback. And no, that's not Matthew Martin, who got a directed verdict of acquittal earlier this week. It's someone you never imagined. Read my book and find out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's come to order and learn about the latest doings in the Senate. The story comes from Axios, and the New York Post picks it up. Jonathan Swan interviewed Mitch McConnell on his show and pressed him on Biden's Supreme Court picks. You can watch the full interview on Twitter. I have a link in the description. Swan asked the senator, and I quote, "Can you make a commitment to the American public here today that you would at least hold hearings on President Biden's nominee?" Unquote, Axios. The senator replied, and again I quote, "Most hypotheticals I don't answer, and that whole question puts the cart before the horse." Unquote, Mitch. And then he said that assuming Republicans clean up in midterms, he'll work with Biden if, quote, he's willing to be a moderate, unquote. That's a mighty big if, considering how Biden has governed since taking office. Bill Clinton willingly played moderate beginning in 1995. That's one reason why the federal government made money in Clinton's second term instead of losing it. But Biden, forget it. And when Mitch McConnell told Swan that he chose not to answer, that was a stroke of genius. Mitch McConnell has just made Supreme Court appointments a definite midterms issue. And that will also be important in that ranked choice jungle primary in Alaska. People of Alaska, if you want a senator who will save civilization instead of working to destroy it, you have your choice. Don't let Lisa Murkowski back into the Senate. Period. End of memo. Why does any of this matter? It matters because the Senate has often made a mockery of its advise and consent role. We saw this first with Robert Bork in 1987. The Cato Institute correctly observes that qualifications do not matter in today's Senate. One thing only matters: ideology. The refusal of the then Democratic Senate to confirm Bork told conservatives everywhere, if you want good constitutionalists on the court, recapture the Senate. The Senate almost did it again to Clarence Thomas in 1992. Remember who was chairman of the Judiciary Committee then? Joe Biden. And remember what Thomas' fellow blacks said about him: we're gonna Bork him. Maybe the only reason that didn't happen is that Clarence Thomas is black and Bork white. Never mind. Clarence Thomas is now the best protector of the Constitution, now sitting on the court. In contrast, the Senate, effectively under Democratic control, just confirmed to the court a woman who won't even give the concept woman a constitutional definition. And she would swing at the foundations of the Constitution with a pickaxe if she could. That she can't is only because she has only 2, maybe 3 other votes to muster out of 9. We come now to 2016. Antonin Scalia had just died. His family supports the narrative that he died of a massive heart attack. But as Ian Fleming famously said, once is happenstance, twice is coincidence, and the third time it's enemy action, or as in this case, murder. You can follow a link in the description to my analysis 6 years ago of his death and the handling of it, including the local medical examiner pronouncing Scalia dead over the telephone. I mean, hey, come on, that was disgraceful. Barack Obama then nominated Merrick Garland to replace him, but Mitch McConnell would have none of it. He knew that the Democrats were going to nominate for president a venal shakedown artist who couldn't possibly win election. So he, correctly as it turned out, proposed to let Donald J. Trump nominate his own candidate to the court. We all remember Senator Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota blubbing about the failure of the Garland nomination. Well, I put it to you that his conduct as Attorney General shows why he should never have gotten a nomination to be dog catcher. Thankfully, Mitch McConnell pushed for hearings on the Amy Coney Barrett nomination. She got onto the court, and Clarence Thomas himself swore her in. Since then, well, she has disappointed a few times, but on issues that have mattered long term, she has come through. And if she didn't see her way clear to taking up the case of Texas versus Pennsylvania, the election of 2020 case, well, sometimes you have to demonstrate disaster by allowing it. Such has been the definite case with the Biden administration. So now, Mitch McConnell has put conservatives on notice again, changed the Senate, and stop any more Ketanji Brown Jacksons or Merrick Garlands. Links in the description to the article, to Jonathan Swann's interview with Mitch McConnell, to my analysis 6 years ago of Antonin Scalia's death and the handling of it, and to conservative news and views. I have another link to the awesome online store, as I mentioned. And if you like what you heard, you can like this video and subscribe to this channel. This is Terry A. Hurlbut delivering another declaration of truth and reminding you to let the truth set you free. Goodbye and happy Palm Sunday.